This Arkansas Legislative Report is brought to you by Impact Management Group.
Well, the sentencing reform bill really captures the recommendations of the working group. The whole goal with the working group is, one, to improve public safety. That's paramount. That's first and foremost. And then we want to try to bend the cost curve of our prison systems. We know that we are spending a lot of money for prisons. We're not getting the benefit of of what we're paying for. We're getting a poor return because recidivism rates haven't changed. Our prison going population continues to increase, and we can't continue to do that. The current model that we're using is unsustainable. So we've got to create a system which will allow us to bend that cost curve, will allow us to, above all, maintain public safety, but also reduce some of the cost or prevent having to spend as much as we may spend in years to come. Now, while this is an omnibus bill, it is a large bill. It complies with all the rules. Everything relates. The recommendations for the work from the working group, they really build upon each other. You can take one out of the mix, and you don't gain the overall savings or the benefit of the entire package. So they really relate to one another. And so passing one without passing the other 5, 6, or 7, or 8, really you lose the momentum, you lose the additional savings. They really all go together as one package. And so that's why we packaged the bill like that. Well, I'm not sure what will be controversial, because what we're doing here, we're making minor changes that have huge impacts. You've heard a lot of things about this bill that just are not true, or they're not in the bill, and we hopefully will get this bill out so people can read it. Some things you've heard that really are not true. We're not legalizing any drugs. That's the myth. This bill will not release anyone currently in jail from prison. This bill will not prevent any prosecutor or judge from sentencing someone to jail who is a violent offender. This bill, while it does some of the low-level, small quantities of drugs, it does reduce the sentence for those drugs, but in some of your larger amounts of drugs, folks who are guilty of trafficking, it actually increases sentencing for them. So I'm not sure what about this bill that might cause someone some concern, other than maybe it doesn't go as far as they'd like for it to go. And we think these are modest reforms that are proven, evidence-based reforms that we've seen work in other states that'll benefit our system tremendously. Because if we don't do something, we're looking at spending somewhere in the neighborhood of $1.1 billion over the next 10 years. And this is really going to bend that cost curve, allow us to free those resources up to do other things.